Ladies and gentlemen, can I please
Right
have your
now,
attention?
now.
To stop what you're doing and listen.
No, I don't know where to start with
I don't either.
this. I mean, I felt like
Oh, absolutely, Anthony. Anthony says that he thinks that I think this game against Bama showed we're still a little behind in terms of depth and elite talent at every position.
a little
Absolutely.
behind.
Right? Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we broke down the entire roster and saw all the 5 stars, all the
Yep.
all the blue chip talent and everything, and that's not even getting into the fact that they have a former NFL head coach as their offensive coordinator and a former
Right.
NFL head coach as their offensive line coach, and yeah.
Absolutely. Hurricane Andrew says play calling was suspect. I
It
totally
was
agree
very
because
okay. Those
yeah, why
first
are we
2
running
drives,
the ball?
that delayed handoff on 3rd and 7 to Cam Harris, I was just like what? I just didn't
Right.
understand it. I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. It's just because let's be honest. Like, I know you predicted a victory, right?
No.
Is that? Oh, you didn't? I thought
No,
that
I
you
did
had
not.
predicted. Okay. I know I had said 37-27 Alabama.
Absolutely.
You know,
4 former NFL coaches on one team.
yeah. Yeah, and then because Nick Saban coached the Dolphins too, so it's like, and
Yep.
then who's the 4th one? I don't even
Their
remember who the
offensive
4th
line.
one is. Yeah, then their OC,
Their OC,
O'Brien,
Nick Saban.
then Nick Saban, and who's the last one?
Uh,
By the way, guys, I can't see the comments, so like Caniacs is the only one that can see them. So if it seems like I'm ignoring stuff, just FYI.
I know I'm still trying to work that out.
Yeah. So I got to put the blame on you
Oh,
and
here we
not
go. We got our first caller.
was it bring him
I don't
in.
know who we got. Who's our first caller? What you got? Hello? Oh,
Hello.
Hey, how you
there he
doing?
is. Jimmy, what's
Not too
up?
good, Jimmy.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. You know, I didn't expect us to get blown out the way that the way that we did, but at the same time, I mean there was a couple good plays to like talk about, especially the touchdown that Strepo did. That was great.
That was a nice catch. I think
That was great, yeah.
the very, 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 very short list of positive things, that was probably one of the highest on the list. But
Brother Jay Blaze, yes, hard loss, man.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
do
it
have
really
a lot of
was.
season left.
Oh yeah, we definitely do. And yeah, you know, the thing that really killed the game for me was as soon as Bubba Bolden was gone, that was it.
Yeah, that hurt.
You know, as soon as you lose your leading tackler against the #1 team in the country, you're gonna get killed.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I gotta say though, Cam Kitchens, like he I didn't think he played. I'm gonna have to still like rewatch the game, but I thought he played pretty decent, for a freshman coming in, to the game. He had that forced fumble that we didn't recover. That was a nice play. I thought he was gonna be the first one to wear a chain. I was getting ready to shout him out, but then yeah, they
I'll
ended
give him
up
this.
recovering it.
Cam Kitchen surprised me. He played a really good game for being thrown in like he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's always hard when, you're matching up against Alabama and you're not expecting to, maybe play as much,
Absolutely.
But I don't even know where to start with this one.
I don't either.
You referenced Bubba Bolden earlier. Did you see when he completely whiffed on that sack?
Yeah.
I think Alabama was in the red zone and he just like completely whiffed. And then, next play, I think it was him. He had that pass like breakup, which forced them to kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, man, it's just in these big time games, these opening games, big time games, we just like do not perform. We make simple like mistakes that we have no business making.
Right.
We just can't do the little things. I don't know. And I don't know. I know it falls onto coaching for sure, I would think, but it's like
305 600 2907. Jimmy.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. After watching the game, are you concerned about the rest of the season, or do you still think we should have a good season?
I think we're gonna have a good season, honestly, because you're playing the number one team in the country. You're playing the national champs, and nobody said it was gonna be easy by no means. So
Right.
yeah, this game, this game, as as ugly as it was, there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things that we can, look forward to, especially like what Cameron Harris and Cheney. I think we got a lot of good things to look forward to. So I'm not really concerned too much. I think we'll bounce back, and I think we'll bounce back really well next week. I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm not too worried
Playing
about
at
next
home.
week, to be honest.
I think, well, to be honest with you too, I don't think it's even about like obviously, yeah, this leaves a bad taste in your mouth and it sucks. You never want to get, we wanted to have this as like a benchmark test to see where we were, and we wanted to be competitive. But to me, it's more about the response. How do we respond from this loss? How do we move forward?
Absolutely.
Do we lose some more games that we're not supposed to because of this? Like, do we, hang our heads and we don't perform? App State isn't a terrible team. You never know. You know what I mean? We've lost to worse teams before.
Absolutely.
So it's just how do we recover from this?
Yeah. I just hope that we don't do what we did, against, way back in that bowl game, after we lost to Notre Dame. Like our first game after that, we couldn't get over that for a while, and we stunk it up. So let's hope we don't do that again.
I'm with you on that. Jimmy, anything else you want to get off your chest, buddy?
That fumble that wasn't a fumble. That was terrible. I really thought the turnover chain was coming out, and then when it wasn't a fumble, it was like
oh, the one they gave
they
gave it to Alabama. Yeah.
That was the turning point of the game from the Bubba Bolden thing and the fumble. That was a turning point because beyond that you could see the whole team was you could see the whole team was down. Like Derek King. He didn't look like himself. We couldn't run the ball, so that really took the wind out of our sails for me. In my opinion, anyway, it took the work out of ourselves right there.
Absolutely. I'm putting a lot of blame on this on Lashley.
Mhm.
That was bad play calling. And number what's his name? Scaife. That boy's bad,
that
man.
was bad.
Even
Yeah.
He was bad.
even Navon though, dude, he got beat like I think it was twice. Like just ran right around him. Like it was just offensive line. I think we were talking about all this depth and stuff, and I know this was a test against Alabama, and their defensive line is probably the best defensive line we'll play against, depending on who we play later on in the season. But yeah, it was
bad.
It was not good. Yeah.
All right, Jimmy, you got something else? If not, we got other people that want to call in, my brother.
It wasn't it wasn't good at all. But the last thing I'll say is this. First of all, I love you guys and thank you for doing this. And the second thing is I feel a win coming next week, man. I think we should keep our heads held high and just hope for a win next week against App State, man.
Absolutely.
Go Canes, man. Go Canes all day.
Hey,
Go Canes, Jimmy. Love you, my brother. Have a great day.
I love you, man. Take care.
have a good day, Jimmy.
All right. Next
man.
caller.
Who's up? Oh wow, we got another one already.
Well, there was, but we run with Jimmy and didn't answer, so hopefully they'll call back.
Oh yeah.
I did notice that Scaife was getting his butt beat early, and they switched over to Tremon Usmore, who did a little bit better, not a whole lot better.
What was that? You cut out.
Usmore, Tremor, they put him in instead of Scaife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he
You're
did a little bit
kind of
better.
cutting in and out, man.
Of course I am. It's
Yeah,
all
I
good.
can't
Go
really
ahead.
hear you. Man, I just know, like, did you notice there was a statistic? I think it was like not Alabama, sorry. Derek King was like 12 for 13, like for like 70 something yards at the end of the first half, and it was like 6 yards per pass or something, and I was just like, man, like it's like, to me that just reflects on the fact that the offensive line is not giving him time at all.
No, he had no time. But
Yeah.
you saw when he did have time, he was tearing them up, man.
I wouldn't say tearing him up, but he was playing pretty well.
Now look, his interceptions was bounces. It wasn't like him throwing them.
Well,
The
okay, well, let's say
miscatches.
this. The interception that got called back, he saw that was going to be a holding call, like, because he
the one
called
that
it
touchdown?
right away. Yeah, the one.
Oh yeah,
no,
I knew
no, no.
that.
Yeah, that one that got
Yeah.
called back. The other one was like a deflection up in the air, right?
Correct.
Did that one, yeah, because he threw two, right?
Mhm.
Technically, he threw two.
Technically, he threw two. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other one, he's just you're trying to make plays happen that
Mhm.
late in the game,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Absolutely.
So it's like, what can you do?
Yeah,
But-
I don't think Derek King played bad. He just didn't have time. If he had, it showed that when he had time, he was making great passes. I mean, freaking Xavier Strepro, bro.
Let's say this: he didn't play bad, but he didn't play well enough for us to win. Like, even if other, do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but man, he didn't have time.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Oh, we got another call coming in, but I'm not
All
putting
right,
this
who we
one on King. Yeah, I can't do that myself. So who we got on the line?
Jimmy from Warner Robins, Georgia.
What's up, my brother? How you doing? Thanks for calling in.
I am so upset with this game plan. When we first came out and we were in zone on defense,
Yeah.
like we scared to match up with them one-on-one, man-on-man. We could be aggressive up front. I knew then on the defensive side, man, and you calling play, is this how you going to do all year? Your head is on the chopping block to me.
No, I agree with that. I can't argue with that at all.
Not just on the offensive side with Coach Lashley, conservative play calling. I'm disappointed on the non-tackling, zone calling defense that we ran today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't argue with that. The
Yeah.
tackling was horrendous.
The game plan, I just couldn't. When we couldn't put pressure on their quarterback with 4 man, I didn't see. Bubba Bone came up on a
Right.
blitz and missed the guy.
Yeah,
Granted,
he completely whiffed on that one.
it's just like the lights were just too big for Manning in big games. And the cupcake schedule we got, it's gonna make he should win the rest of the game. The ACC is weak, except
Yep.
for Clemson. So
Also,
we don't roll. If we don't roll 9-1, I just if we don't play Clemson for the championship in the ACC, I just don't see how Manning keeps his job. I'm with Joaquin Gonzalez. He needs to go if he cannot get out of this weak ACC, which is Clemson owned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let me ask you something though. Based on this game alone, does it change any of your perception on this season? Like, do you have a change? Like, do you think different record? What are your thoughts on that?
To me, as a diehard Hurricane fan, I think our fan base is settling on, like the caller before me. As long as we win the rest of the games and we have a good season, that's not Miami's standard. If we're not playing for national titles, it's a loss. So to me, we use this game as a measuring stick. We don't measure up with Alabama, Georgia, Clemson. We could lose a shootout to South Oklahoma, but the top three physical programs, we're not physical like the old Miami team. We quit being physical after 2001.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since we had a good team. I was believing in the hype. I was drinking the Kool-Aid. I expected more out of this offensive line. So is it the line that's that bad, or do we need to talk about justice?
The offensive line was terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
The play calling was so conservative, and to me, that was the telltale sign that they've been shooting us smoke because they saying the offensive line ain't good as we're telling y'all. We still need to work. They've been bad for 2 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see no improvement. Like you said, I just feel like we're a second tier team that we won't compete for ACC or national titles as long as man is there. And I was sold on Cristobal, but he out there struggling out there with Oregon. I just don't know what.
Against Fresno State now. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't know where the next Jimmy Johnson is going to come from Miami unless we go into the SEC and poach some defensive coordinator.
I don't know about that.
I tried to give Manny.
Go ahead.
I tried to give Manny a chance. I like Manny. I want to have confidence in him, but it's like you lead me up to the altar every big game, and we lose.
Right, exactly.
and the girl says, "No, get out of here."
All right, so if we run the table, make it to Charlotte, let's say by then we got our shit together, we make a game out of it, we probably would still lose to Clemson. I mean, I haven't really seen what Clemson's done. We're gonna find out what about them tonight. But if we make it to Charlotte, play Clemson, make it respectable, lose by 21 or less, what do you think? Are you gonna give up?
I can give up on Manny.
There you go.
Why do we need to keep losing to 21 points and above to the good teams?
I got you. But see, but basically what I'm talking about, if he does that, he should lock up a better class. We definitely need linebackers. Okay. That's for sure. We need the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah, we need the Saints. We need all these top stars.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So if you're a 4 and 5 star recruit in Miami or in the state of Florida, and when Clemson, Georgia, Alabama come knocking, especially Alabama, he gonna say, "Why would you want to go play for your hometown team? You're not gonna get drafted in the first round. You're not gonna beat me, and you rather settle for being a non-title player than versus come getting a first round ticket and money and getting your So why would I stay home when I don't see no results?"
But he can't take everybody.
Excuse me?
He cannot take everybody.
Right. He can't take everybody, but look what he's taking.
Right,
He's
but I
taking
mean,
the cream
with
of the
Wesley
crop.
was saying what we're fighting against is FSU, things like that. We're not
No.
going against Bama.
Wait, for Wesley?
Yeah, you think he's going to Bama?
No, he's got Penn State up there,
Right, no,
who's
I got
who
that.
won today. He's got West Virginia. I haven't seen how
Right.
they're doing. I don't know.
Oh, West
But
Virginia
it's-
was kicking ass earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only
Yeah.
ones who got their ass beat that he's looking at so far is us.
But let's get back to this game.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Is there any any positive you can take out of this game?
There you go.
Let me give you the only positive I can
Okay.
take out of this game, and it's sad for me to say this, but the kicker, 94.
Oh,
Or
He did a
yeah.
great job. Yeah, he did a great job. He's the only one that should fly first class back to Miami. Everybody else should catch a trail race, the Greyhound from Atlanta Station,
that's funny.
and haul it back down 75 and catch 95 style.
There
But
you go.
this was so hyped. It ain't. Granted, we won't win conference championships to get to the national title, but for you to have a whole year to plan, this is the big non-conference championship. When we signed this deal to play Alabama in Atlanta, I said, okay, we got 2 years to get ready for Alabama. We got a 2-year quarterback. We got a 2-year offensive coordinator. And Manny say he's going to call the defense. What is the difference between Blake James and Manny Diaz right now? Nothing. They'll both take the whole defenses.
Oh, Blake Baker.
Oh my God, that's funny. I agree
Oh, wait,
with
wait
that.
a minute. You take Blake Baker today and Manny Diaz today, the sample size I just saw. I just came down from Mars, and you asked me as a Martian, which one of these is the better defense coordinator? I'm going to say, get back in my spaceship and leave on both of them. Show me nothing.
No, you're right. So far, first game won. Can't argue with that, my man. Brother, I appreciate you
I
calling.
thank y'all.
We're going to try to
I
get a
thank
couple more
y'all
on
for
there.
taking my call.
Hey, anytime, man. You know the
Oh,
number.
man. Thank you, man.
All
you
right,
put
y'all
a,
have a great day.
you
too,
put a
man.
smile on
Have
my
a great rest
face
of your
after
day,
that
my
ass
brother. I
whooping. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I thank y'all for having this show, and I'll be a definite weekly caller.
I appreciate it,
Awesome,
man. You have a
awesome,
great
man.
day.
Have a good one, man.
You too. All right, you too.
That's funny as hell.
Oh, man.
He's right, though. I mean,
No, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, the only like I'll bring up the few positives that I thought. Like he said, kicker. I mean, Lou Headley did pretty decent, didn't he?
but that's what he was talking about. Yeah, I think because he said 94. That's Lou Headley.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant okay. He said
I could be
94. I
wrong.
thought he meant because he said kicker, so I thought he meant Borregales.
Well,
Borregales was 2 for 2 though, so
I mean,
they
I
both.
did have a couple, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Borregales did do well. I'm not worried about
Yeah.
our kicking game.
I mean, I'm excited to see Xavier Restrepo too, man.
He was balling.
Yeah, he was balling. I wish he got more of an opportunity.
But I tell you what, though, I
But-
did notice a lot of freshmen, a lot of youngins was out there. Not to start,
Well, yeah.
but I seen about the mid of second quarter, started to see more of the youngins be put in there to see what they can do. So,
Yeah, I mean, James Williams was out there, and,
Yeah.
Cam obviously had a big part. Did you see Chase Smith playing a little bit? I didn't really notice if he was in. Because I
didn't
like,
notice.
once it got
honestly.
to a certain part, I was not really paying attention, to be honest with you.
No.
I was just,
I
You
went
know
to
what I
the
mean?
store, a couple other things, but I cleaned up my
I was looking at
room.
DoorDash. I was like, I'm gonna get ice cream or something, and I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I'm still
Right.
looking. I was like, what am I gonna get, man? Fat boy needs something sweet, man. Woo, jeez.
All right, we got some people on the live chat. You want to call in 305-600-2907.
So let me ask you then.
Yeah, go ahead.
this obviously feels really shitty, and I think we're still in the
of course,
moment.
yeah.
You know, that's why I love doing these like post-game reaction shows, because I didn't even want to do it, so I knew it was going to be good. If that even makes sense. Um, but I mean, like I feel like every at least rational Canes fan knew that this might be a possibility to this extent. You know, who knows? But like, just based on what Bama has done to other teams that are better than what this team, is, and obviously we still don't know how good this Miami team is. This is only the first game,
Mm-hmm.
But like, what expectations wise, like what are you thinking now, man?
Nothing's changed for me. I
Mhm.
still think we're gonna go 10-2. I mean, I after today, I can really see maybe 9-3.
You
But
mean
I'm
like
still
what? I
gonna
still see 9-3, to be honest
I'm
with
still
you.
gonna stick with my 10-2. I am.
Yeah.
Even
If
watching
any,
Virginia. No. Did you watch any of the North Carolina game last night?
yeah, that was so.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Didn't Mac actually say, like, obviously I don't want to talk about this too much, but didn't Mac say that he thought his team was overrated or something?
No, I did not hear that.
I thought he
What?
said something like that or
Are
something.
you
Like there was
serious?
something he said. Yeah.
I did not know that.
I'll have to look it up.
Manny
But
Williams says Lashley is the worst.
Lashley is the worst. I
Yeah,
don't know about that. I don't know if he's. I mean, it was a bad game for him, but I don't know
definitely.
about that.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see something different. I mean, year 2, all these expectations. I pretty much saw the same shit we saw last year within the COVID
Yeah.
year. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for me, like I have to rewatch the game. I'm not used to doing these like initial reactions,
Right.
so it's kind of different. But it was very disappointing, just because it looks like a team that almost didn't prepare at all. And I know that's not the truth. It's just I don't know. There's very few positive takeaways, like we've mentioned, and I just hope that these are kind of just one-off things that kind of happened, that this was just an off game. This was just, us playing Bama, and that, if we get the opportunity to play, Clemson, it doesn't,
Look like
we don't,
this.
yeah, it doesn't look like this. So,
I mean, we talked about this on last Tuesday. We had 1 5-star. Every position they damn near had 5-star. So we know we're not there yet. We were hoping, as Cane fans, with all the hype, we're hoping that we were closer than what we really are. We have a measuring stick. We know we're not that close yet. Could it be just game 1? I don't know. I guess we'll find out later on in the year. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any bad takeaways from this game?
Sorry, you cut out. Do I have any what? Bad
takeaways from this game? Like, is there anything about this game that caused you to concern?
I'm more worried about the offensive line now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just don't know how much of that is because, Alabama's defensive line was, I don't know how much of that is them being so dominant and how much of it was our offensive line, how good are they? Linebacker play, I thought it was like, I expected it to be, at that level, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got what
the
you're
one
saying.
thing I would say, I mean, Keontra had a couple of good tackles. But yeah, like what's his name was in there? Jennings. He had that, was it like the first or second drive or first drive, I think he just had like that missed tackle. They handed the ball off to Robinson, I think his name is, and he just like just straight up just like ran by him and like put his arms on him and like, I don't know.
The tackling was horrific. I mean, it's just, and that was one thing that you notice in the videos, especially in All Access. That's one thing they talked about a lot was the tackling, how they tackle, how they practice tackling. Then they come out and do this crap. I mean, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because it's not like they didn't practice it. You saw it on the video.
No, yeah, it's true. So I mean, offensive line, which is going to be the key to, I mean, how well our offense performances as a unit. Um, pressure from the defensive ends too.
You know what? I didn't really see 53 out there a lot. I was
He
looking
was
for him.
there.
I didn't.
I
I only
mean,
saw him for a
I think
couple times.
I think you just didn't notice him, to be honest.
Well, no, I was purposely
Um,
looking. I mean, I'm going to look back through because I was quick glancing, trying to watch the rest of the play. You know, I mean, I'm going to watch it again and see if I can see more. But yeah, the defensive line, even Nesta didn't really, you know what I mean? You just yeah, it just wasn't the whole defense, even forward. They just didn't get the push, or I mean, they started doing pressure when they started doing some crazy packages or whatever, some blitzes, but.
I gotta say too, like,
Go ahead.
I know we're talking, like, let's be real, we were gonna lose this game,
Oh yeah.
but I thought that those refs were fucking horrible. Like, am I wrong?
Both
Like,
sides,
some of the calls,
they had bad calls both sides. Yeah.
but like, yeah, I mean, when the game was closer in reach, I feel like they were making up for some calls earlier in the game because it was kind of getting out of, because it was getting out of reach.
Yeah.
But there was some calls, man, that I was just like, what the hell are you smoking? Like, geez.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I don't know.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the way I wanted my day to be, but
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, that's how it be, man. I'm ready to watch that Georgia Clemson game now though, man. I want to see how it's going to go.
I am too.
But yeah.
All right, does anybody else want to call in? We'll give you another minute. We got a bunch of people on the live chat. Nobody calls in here in a minute. We'll call it a wrap for the day. Of course, we'll be back live on Tuesday.
Right now, man.
I know you are. And your Buck Fama shirt.
What was that?
And your Buck Fama shirt.
What was that?
Oh my God. I know it's working because I can see my meters.
Dude, your voice is all fucked up. All kind of fucked up. Just like Miami today.
It is what it is. All right, well, nobody's calling in. We still got the same amount of viewers. I guess let's wrap this up.
Yeah. App State next week. Let's do it.
Yeah, so the first instant reaction show. Don't forget to check. Oh, hold on. I lied. Here we go. We got somebody calling in. Hello, who we got? Hello?
Hey, guys. Hey, how's it going?
Good. How we going? Who we got on the line?
Hey, it's your coach.
What's up, Coach? How you doing, bud?
Hey, man, just crying in my beer like everybody else.
Yeah, I heard that. So
crying in my beer. What can we do? But hey, some decent things that we did see though. So there were some decent things I saw.
What you got? Let me know. Coach, you there?
I'm losing you there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, now I hear you great. Perfect. So you guys going to do a post-game show or just doing call-ins? Or?
Just doing call-ins, my man.
I'm sorry?
Just doing call-ins. I don't know what's wrong with my microphone, apparently.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now I hear you. Now I hear you great.
I can't hear Robert at all.
Uh-oh.
No worries. You guys have fun.
I can only hear Coach. Coach, what do you think of that game, man?
Oh, I don't know where to start. Except, I would say overall, I expected something similar to this, but not to this extent.
Yeah, I think a lot of
I knew we weren't going to match up. I mean, I'm sure you guys did the same thing. We weren't going to match up man across the board.
Right.
But I figured we'd be able to get some more things early on done to at least give us a little confidence. And what I witnessed was Rhett trying to make sure that Deere got into a rhythm and was kind of safe. I mean, it was almost like, let's go ahead and force to run, establish to run, and then he'll have more time to throw. And it became quick that wasn't going to happen. And I think that should have been understood going into the game.
Mm-hmm.
But
at least
I thought
after the
early
first
on that
drive as
drive-
well, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it was like it was we ran the ball 4 consecutive times. Like I don't know if that's really what you want to be doing against a defensive front that's got 7 in the box. And early on, Alabama had 7 in the box. At times they had 9, and then they figured out, you know what? Let's just go ahead and play a little pass defense, and let's give them a little time to throw and see if we can still make plays on them. And they were just bringing 4, or sometimes just their 3. So it's
And they
like
were
it
getting
was
pressure with
frustrating.
4 too.
Lots of pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But early on, they were the aggressor, and they were in attack mode the second the ball was kicked off. Unfortunately, here in South Florida, we didn't see the kickoff on the first 3 plays, but we were stuck in another game. But you could see early on that we weren't confident. It was almost like, let's protect the Eric and let's see how we can get ourselves going, and not what Manny had said all week, which was punch him in the mouth as soon as you can. We weren't doing it, and that did surprise me early on.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't come out swinging, like throwing a deep ball right off the bat. Just, I don't know.
So Coach, let me ask you, after this game, is there any areas of this team that concern you more after this performance, or are you kind of just taking this as a one-game thing since it is Alabama?
Well, you bring up a great question there. My biggest thing is you're not going to face Alabama the next 14 weeks either. Okay, so let's go ahead and accept that we're going to have a chance to establish the things that we like and don't like, and figure out what we are as a team, what we do well, what we don't do well. This really isn't a true test of those things, because you were never able to establish yourself at any side of the ball, except the third quarter. I would say that was a great opening drive, but again, Bama was just bringing 4. So right now, my thing is, let's go ahead and make sure that this isn't a loss, a 2-game loss, that we're ready to play next week. Let's find out what we did well, because there were some good things there. Our biggest issues, we can't tackle on defense. We really can't. And our linebackers can't cover in space. So everything that we knew going in, gentlemen, it's there. We knew it. There are no surprises. The way that and every once in a while, defensively against a team that isn't, with an NFL line, be able to go ahead and establish the line and maintain and control the trenches. And if we can do that, we still have a tremendous path to get to the Coastal Championship and to get to the ACC Championship. I mean, North Carolina losing the other night, it made it clear. It's wide. The Coastal is wide open. The Coastal is wide open still. So we still have a shot there, but we've got to address. Who are we? What's our identity? We have to establish that. And that wasn't done today.
I totally agree with you on that one, Coach.
I mean, bad, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
Would you have rather played Florida A&M today, or would you have rather played Alabama today?
I would rather play Alabama today and get it over with. Let's see where we're at and work from there.
I would have rather played Florida A&M.
Right. So we play Florida A&M, we blow them out. We play Clemson, we get our asses beat. Then what happens? We're back in the same boat because everybody's all, hey, we're there, Miami's back. But now we know we ain't back.
But I think he's asking if you'd rather play that game instead of playing against an Alabama, right?
My question is, would you rather do that to maybe establish our chemistry, maybe establish who our true personnel is? Because, listen, you got a ton of questions on productivity on defense and on offense still. Is Chaney better than Polo Man? Is he? Because I can tell you he looked better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Hit holes, he was a little bit more patient and hit the hole a little bit harder than Polo Man.
Cam was too busy dancing, man.
It looked like he was dancing a lot.
He did a better. I know he does a better job in pass protection than Chaney does. But the question is, are you going to be able to get these guys going? And so far, it's not what we're seeing. So you've got to establish our identity on both sides of the ball. Got to figure out what we do well. And evidently, practice the last couple of weeks wasn't enough for us to figure that out. And that's
Mhm.
okay because you faced a juggernaut today. There's nothing wrong with that, but you've got to be productive this week. Got to make sure that you establish yourself against App State. And I kind of hope we struggle early on against App State, and I'll tell you why. That's the true test of adversity at home, coming back after getting your ass kicked on national TV. How you react at home.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So, when they first score, how are you going to react? Are you going to be able to go ahead? Because they're going to score. App State, and there's a local guy from South Florida who's their offensive coordinator, Frank Ponce. Those guys are going to be ready to play.
Yeah.
And they've always been a good program. So let's see what happens on next Saturday. But let's see if we're able to establish ourselves as a team, figure out who's who, what's what this week. It's a big challenge for this coaching staff. It's a huge challenge.
So, Coach, I got 2 more questions for you. First, from this game, I asked the last caller too the same question. Are there any positives you would take away from this game?
My biggest positive was offensively Restrepo stepping in for Harley when Harley was done for the game. I thought he did some really good things. I like what Rambo showed. I think given the type of opponents we're going to be facing later on, he's going to do even better. I did like his speed. On defense, Corey Couch.
Mhm.
I've seen enough of Ivy starting as quarterback. I need to see Corey Couch out there more. The kid makes tackles against the run game. He's very effective in supporting the run, and he did a nice job of covering his guys. I think one time he got beat, was still able to get a hand in there. I made a great contested catch, but it was only for a short game. But I need to see more of Corey Couch. And the last thing I would say is Harrison Hunt. Got to play
Mhm.
more. Got to play more. Those guys have to play more. There's nothing to go ahead and build for the future. I don't need to see any more of Zach McLeod. Nice kid, works hard, does all the great things. He's a non-factor.
Mhm.
We've got to see the young start playing a little bit more because that's our future.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Coach. So let me ask you, obviously this is a tough game, leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but what are you really looking like if Miami wants to run the table and win the rest of their games? What areas on this team need to improve based on today's performance?
I would say the first thing on defense is your tackling. That's got to get better across the board. And I think Manny in his post-game presser said, well, we only gave up 147. I hate when he says stuff like that because you're not acknowledging that you still gave up almost 400 yards in the passing game. That's got to get better. That definitely has to get better. No question about it.
Mm-hmm.
After that, offensively, let's just protect the Eric better. We've got to find the right tackle. I don't know if you guys know this. I have no idea what's going on. Where is our right tackle from last year? Where's the kid from Houston? Is he done? Did he quit? Is he just getting his
Jaron Williams,
MBA?
I don't know. He was supposed to be battling with Scafey for that right tackle job. I noticed that Scaife was in there. He started. He didn't look good. I just know that they pulled him and then they put in Traore, Usman Sora. He did a little better, but I didn't see Jaron.
Wasn't he the backup left tackle on the depth chart? I didn't even notice if he was in there or not.
I didn't see
They
him.
had him as the backup, but he was our starting right tackle all of last year until he got hurt with the hand. So is he not healthy? Why didn't he play?
I think there should be some position battles this week going into the App State game too.
Absolutely.
Oh, no doubt. I think you're absolutely 110% correct. I mean, I'm hoping. I know they'll practice a little bit tonight. Tomorrow when they get in and all that. When they break film, they're off Monday. Tuesday, there's a couple of fights. If you don't have fights on Tuesday and Wednesday, you're back to the same old Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
There's got to be accountability, and a big disappointment to me with a huge error. Bubba Bolden. You're trying to get drafted. You're trying to show that you belong. You could have gone last year. You're staying, and then on something that is going to be inconsequential, the guy's already coming down. He's done. you leave with the head. I mean, it's like, really? You drop your head and then you leave. I'm like, what are you doing? And talk about, he knew it right away. That to me was such a bad execution on his part. Mentally, that shows, again, weakness. Again, inconsistency. The things that get your ass kicked. The things that get you beat. But I will say,
son of a bitch. Go ahead.
Sam
My bad.
Kinchen didn't do a bad job, gentlemen. He was actually pretty good.
Who's that?
Sam Kinchen's a true freshman.
Yeah.
From
Oh, no,
Northwestern.
yeah, he did well.
Yeah, we were talking about that. He had that forced fumble. Obviously, Alabama ended up recovering it because no one really realized it was a fumble or for whatever reason. But he looked good, yeah.
I thought he looked really good. I mean, he made a mistake, kind of bit a little bit on that last touchdown he bit. I thought it was Gervin Hall, but it was him. And he platooned the third and fourth quarter. He actually platooned with James Williams.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw James making some plays, but man, every time I look at James, I just want to tell him, dude, put your hand in the dirt and rush the passer. To me, he can be really good in that situation, in my opinion. He just looks the part to me. He's so explosive. But he didn't do a bad job at the safety position. But he's a guy that will come along slowly, I think. But he'll get more and more check as we go. But I didn't see Leonard Taylor get any kick, and I was hoping he would get a couple snaps tonight, especially in the fourth quarter, and that didn't come about. So that was also a little disappointing. But there are going to be some fights hopefully this week in practice. And,
let's hope so.
Hopefully, you can't lose. You can't lose twice to Alabama. You can't lose today. You can't lose next Saturday.
Exactly.
You got to get out of it. You got to flush it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Manny pulled an old Coach Bowden trick and didn't even watch film. Said that's over. We're on App State.
Gotta
I
watch
wouldn't
that
be
style.
surprised if I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't put too much time into it. Because your season, you got to establish that identity. You got 2 more games or 3 more games, and then we got Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
All these games are critical. I get it, but all you got to do is win the Coastal. And after you win the Coastal, just have a chance to play your best ball against whoever's in the other side, win that ACC championship. And at worst, you're in the Orange Bowl.
Right.
Yeah.
Looks like we lost.
Easier
Matt on the
said than
screen.
done, right, gentlemen?
Absolutely, it's easier said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Coach?
What do you guys think of Keyshawn Smith? I have to ask you that because what did you guys think of that kid, San Diego kid?
That's Keyshawn?
Yeah, the wide receiver. For
Yeah, I
San
thought he
Diego.
did
What'd you
well.
think of him?
I thought he did well. I thought all the freshmen stepped up and did really well, to be honest.
Yeah, I was very happy with him. I forgot to mention him earlier. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of that kid.
Yeah, I was impressed.
And one last thing I have to tell you guys. Was it just me? I know they're bigger, they're badder, they're longer, they're stronger, all those good things. But why are Big Ten officials helping Alabama out? They didn't get one holding call.
I know, right?
Not even in the run game.
I don't know. Coach, I really wish I could tell you that one, man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I mean, not that face mask that we had. I mean, I know I'm crying over spilled milk here, but let's not help someone that's that good to begin with.
Right.
When the fumble happens, they're ready to go on for the next play, and the booth gets involved. Saban wasn't bitching about anything. He was ready for the next. He was okay. Go play defense. He wasn't crying about it.
Right.
So it's almost like the inevitable happens with us.
Yep.
Guys in stripes, they're never on our side. Even if it's conference officials, but especially Big Ten officials. Right, my goodness. How many holding calls in passing situations were blown tonight? I could tell you 55 had about 3 or 4 of them.
Gotcha.
And Chance Williams was another guy that had a nice night. He did some good things as well. Let's give that kid some credit. I think he's going to be a good player for us down the road here.
I believe so, too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, have a great night. Thanks for your time. And again, let's keep the faith. Hopefully we have a great week, and we'll go forward.
Oh, I got the faith, Coach. I ain't losing it.
Can't lose. Got to hang on to it.
Got to hang on to it. Hey, we're still alive in the Coastal. That's all that matters.
That's right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Still a season, baby. It's still a season.
That's it. Man,
Be well, gentlemen. Be well.
Yeah, Coach, thanks, man. I really appreciate you calling in. We'll talk to you next time, my brother.
Always a pleasure. Take
Thanks,
care, my
man.
friend.
Have a good
Be
one.
well. Bye-bye.
Matt, I know you said you got to go. You can go, but I think there's another caller that was trying to call in. I'll take care of him here. I appreciate you stopping in. And we'll see you on Tuesday, my brother.
I'll see you Tuesday, bro.
All right, bro. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Oh, let me close that out because we don't need that anymore. All right. Phone lines are still open. I'll take this. We still got some people in the chat, still people watching. You want to call in? Phone number is 305-600-2907. Too many hole versus legit playoff team. No way in hell we're coaching going to over. Wait. James allude. Too many hole versus a legit playoff team. No way in hell we're coaching going overcoming that. I hear you, Jimbo. Call in. Let's hear it. Let me hear you talk about it. But yeah, hold on, let me send this text message real quick. So, I'm not panicking. Of course, I'm upset. I'm sure, just like everybody else is upset. I wish we would have played a little better, but it is what it is. We got beat by Bama. Oh, hold on. I missed that call. Whoever that was, try to call him back again. I'm sorry. But, I mean, it's Bama. So, did anybody watch the UNC Virginia game, Virginia Tech game yesterday? Is anybody still worried about UNC now? I think I'm a little more worried about Virginia Tech than I am UNC, to be honest. I mean, it is what it is, though. I'm not too impressed with UNC. I think they lost a lot more than they could overcome. All right. If that's it, I guess we will call it a show. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, for calling in. We'll do it again after every game. Don't forget to check us out on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. We also have the phone lines open then. So, James, Jimbo, versus ACC teams not named Clemson, we should be able to overcome the gaps in our. I agree. Absolutely agree. I don't think we're going to have anybody else any close to our schedule, close to Alabama, until hopefully we get the Clemson in Charlotte. All right. Anybody else? A lot going on. All right. Nobody else is going to call in. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of my evening. As always, go Canes. And, man, hopefully the next game, App State, we'll be able to put a little ass whooping on them. But other than that, as always, go Canes. It's all about the U. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday night. See you later.